hello. This is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it is time to continue our adventures into Lamplight City, trying to solve various cases. Now, we are working on the missing child.
Too dark to tell what's inside. You must enjoy the somber atmosphere. I wouldn't like to have a street lamp right outside my window. Not without a good set of thick curtains, anyway. Too dark to tell what... I wonder if Philip's steam-powered carriages will ever make those things go out of fashion.
Oh, they probably will eventually. Believe it or not, you'll find some hitching posts still in some cities. I know there was still some floating about in my hometown.
Yes? May I help you?
This is the Spectre Society, right? I'm interested in joining.
Ah, yes it is. Welcome, darling. Our membership process is a bit different to most social clubs. We require a sponsor.
Sounds simple enough.
Well, you see, we ask that sponsors be people who have passed on into the spirit world. Once you name your sponsor, I will attempt communication beyond the ether. When they answer, you will be judged and considered for membership.
I've got a sponsor.
Excellent. What is the name of your sponsor, darling?
Bill Legere is my sponsor.
Seriously, Fordham? I thought you knew better than that.
Bill Legere. Very well, I will attempt to communicate with him.
She can do this all day. It's not gonna work.
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble communicating. Perhaps you can come back and try again later.
See? Told you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I want to get in.
Oh, hello again. How may I help you?
Hello, ma'am. My name's Miles Fordham, and I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Are you with the police?
No.
No, I'm a private investigator.
I'm terribly sorry, darling, but I simply don't have the time right now. Perhaps if you come back next week, I'll be able to answer your questions then.
I'd like to name a new sponsor.
Yes, of course. Who is your new sponsor?
Okay.
Jonathan Davis is my sponsor.
You knew Jonathan? He was such a kind man. Yes, I can feel his presence, and it speaks positively of you. Please, come in, Mr. Fordham. I am Angela Maxwell, the founder of the Spectre Society. Welcome.
Oh.
May I offer you some refreshments? Some water or tea, perhaps?
You're very kind, but I'm afraid I must decline right now.
Well, please let me know if you change your mind.
Of course.
Would you look at this place? It's like a candy store for psychics.
Let's see.
Those are some creepy twin girls. I could see a passing resemblance to Miss Maxwell, actually.
I bet they're the ones from The Shining.
There's quite a few members in this group.
Maxwell, Monica Brown, Sophia Shaw, Gilbert, Linda Walker, Randall Faulkner, Henrietta Davis, Edward LaGrange, Cynthia Wilkins, and John. Use support, let me know. Let Tom know. Henrietta. Charlie. Interesting.
A great man once said to me, Bill, you aren't going to get very far in life just staring at balls. He's dead now. But then again, so am I.
Spirit board.
I think I've seen one of these before. What does it do?
It's a spirit board. We use it to contact spirits, and they in turn spell out a message with the letters on the board.
Well, I've got a message from Miss Maxwell if she ever tries to use a spirit board around me. Ooh, spooky. That ghost between the two people almost manages to look convincing.
What a fascinating device. Exactly what does it do?
That is an etherometer. It's designed to pick up vibrations from the ether and translate messages from the spirits.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's nice of Miss Maxwell to let people borrow her books, even if they are all just a bunch of nonsense. And coming from me, that's really saying something.
Hmm. Astral projection. First of all, willful out-body experience in which the solar astral body disconnects from the physical body and may travel through the universe. Yeah, I've heard of that. The transmigration of the soul at time of death. Yeah, heard of that. Part of the seance. Oh! Well, that's actually very true. Voodoo. Huh.
Chicken bones and dust for bad luck in business, huh? That sounds awfully familiar.
Yes, it does. Communication with the dead. What lies beyond? That's gonna get me teary-eyed. Spontaneous combustion. I was talking about that a little bit in link to a television show I have. Tarot cards, magician, the lovers. Well, that was interesting.
Plaque says Leonora Pattinson, seer. She looks like someone I would not want to fool around with.
Okay. I think we've... Oh,
That's probably the storage case for the spirit board. Must be for the more traditionalist members. I never much cared for all that mystic stuff. Why should your life be dictated by a bunch of cards?
Well then. I think we've checked everything out that we can right now. Let's talk with Angela.
Could I ask you about some things, Miss Maxwell?
Certainly, darling.
What can you tell me about the Spectre Society?
Where to begin? I formed this club 2 years ago, right after I moved to New Britannia. During our meetings, we discuss our experiences with paranormal phenomena and organize investigations.
What sort of investigations?
We look into places all around the city which have been reported as haunted. New Britannia is teeming with the spirits of those killed during the French and British takeovers of the city. Not only that, but there is a prevalence of mystic religious practices here in Gascony, brought over by immigrants from the Antilles.
Fascinating.
There are plenty of books on the subject over there in the bookcase, if you're interested in learning more.
Let's see if she's heard of the
Do
kidnapping.
you know anything about the kidnapping of Charles Harris?
I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about any kidnappings, darling. If you wish, I can commune with the spirits and see if I can help locate your missing person.
That won't be necessary, Miss Maxwell, though I appreciate the offer.
Yeah. Let's ask about Miss Walker.
I spoke with Henrietta Davis, and she mentioned one of your other members, Linda Walker. Can you tell me anything about her?
Linda. Poor dear. Of all our members, she is the one I feel for the most.
Really?
Why is that?
She's had a tragic life, but I believe the Spectre Society has helped her greatly. Not only has she made a good friend in Henrietta, she's also dealt with her grief in a positive way. She has devoured my collection of books, educated herself on many subjects. I would say she's become an expert on clairvoyance and metempsychosis. It's always nice to know that the club can help those who have suffered.
Do you see her often?
Yes, she comes by about once or twice a week.
What can you tell me about Linda and Henrietta's friendship?
It's so lovely to see them together at the meetings. They're practically inseparable. It's quite sweet. They often leave messages for each other in the guest book. When Linda found out that Henrietta was taking care of an infant, she even gave her a toy bear for the child. I remember Linda lighting up with excitement when she asked about him. She really loves children. It's such a terrible shame about... But please, let's discuss something more pleasant, shall we, darling?
Curious. What's
I'm
this?
sorry, what was it you said? Madam Psy, what?
Metempsychosis, darling. It's a philosophical term which comes from ancient Greece. It refers to the transmigration of the soul after death.
Is that anything like reincarnation?
Essentially, yes. There's a book on the subject over in the bookcase, which can tell you far more than I possibly could.
What's this tragic story about Linda you mentioned?
Oh, dear. I probably shouldn't say.
Miss Maxwell, I'm going to be frank. I'm investigating a kidnapping, and Mrs. Walker is a person of interest. I need to know as much about her as possible to help me solve this case. Do I make myself clear?
Well, that's a bit
Well,
forceful.
if it will help, Linda was married to a man named Thomas. Together, they had a son named Alexander. Thomas revealed himself to be a terribly cruel man. When he gave himself over to the drink, he would fly into rages and beat both Linda and the boy.
Oh my god.
One day, she came home to find both her son and husband dead.
My God, what happened?
Police ruled it a murder-suicide. Poisoning, apparently. Linda has been trying to make contact with Alexander's spirit for the past year or so, but has had no luck. It really is a terrible tragedy.
Why do I have the feeling that Alexander's death was on the same day as the Harris baby was born?
Do you know Linda Walker's address?
I'm afraid not, darling. Linda has always been somewhat private, and that's not something I consider to be crucial information.
Do you know any way I can find her?
You can always come back for our next meeting. It will be the first Thursday of next month.
By then, we'll have completely lost track of Charles. There has to be another way to find him.
Yeah.
What made you decide to start up this club?
I began communing with the spirits at a very early age. My twin sister, Rachel, died after falling into an icy pond when we were 8 years old.
I'm very sorry, Miss Maxwell.
Oh, I appreciate your sympathy, darling, but don't feel too bad. Rachel began speaking to me shortly after that. She has served as my spirit guide ever since.
Spirit guide? You mean you still speak with her?
Oh, yes. Every day. In fact, I was just speaking to her before you arrived. As I grew older, I realized there were others who were also able to communicate with spirits, and those who had an interest in what lies beyond the ether. And so, once I moved to New Britannia, I decided to start up this club so we could gather and share our experiences.
You suppose you can hear what I'm saying? Hey, Angela, try a bit less eyeshadow, would you? You look like a purple raccoon. Nothing, clearly a fraud. Well.
Well, let's ask.
I was wondering,
Yes?
when you communicate with spirits, are you able to stop?
If I wish them to leave me, yes. I bid them farewell, and they usually depart back into the ether.
What about the more persistent ones?
You do remember I'm right here, don't you?
Well, just between you and me. Those spirits are best dealt with by having other kind of spirits. Quiets them right down.
I prefer soporific myself.
Oh, you hear the voices of the spirits as well, Mr. Fordham. But of course, now the reason for your visit to the Spectre Society is obvious. Do you see? All our paths eventually become clear. I'm glad yours has brought you here.
Oh, wonderful. Now she started rhyming. Don't get any funny ideas about telling her about me. She may be a lunatic, but that's no reason to expose yourself as one too.
I think, yeah, we'll end the
Thank you for the information. It was very enlightening.
It was my pleasure, darling.
I'm gonna heed that advice. So now...
I'll be going now.
May the spirits guide you to that which you seek.
Actually, I want to go back here because I want to...
Welcome back, Mr. Fordham.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to take a look at that bookshelf again. Okay, nothing more I could get from there.
I'll be going now.
May the spirits guide you to that which you seek.
Yeah. Let's go back here. I want to ask him about something here.
Mr. Devons,
Yes?
do you practice voodoo, Mr. Devons?
What?
The chicken bones and dust you send along with your letters. It's a voodoo spell meant to cause bad luck in business. Quite a convenient solution, wouldn't you say?
I don't know what you're on about.
Come now, Mr. Devons. I'd appreciate it if you didn't think I was stupid.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I went to go see one of them magic women in Gascon. She told me about the spell and what I needed to do. I don't believe in the stuff, but I thought maybe if I used it, I could scare Harris enough to get him to stop making the new airship.
Well, I don't mean to be one to put a damper on your amateur witchcraft, but it doesn't seem to be doing you much good.
No, his grandson got kidnapped. That's not something I'd call lucky.
Good day to you, Mr. Devons.
You too, Mr. Fordham.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me as the one to do this. Let's see. Maybe talking with
home at last.
with her I can
It's
get some
always nice to see you walk through that door.
It's always...
Addie?
What do you need, dear?
You weren't kidding about business picking up. You're averaging what, about 3 appointments per day?
More like 5. I told you, debutante ball season's busy.
Doesn't it get tiresome?
Not really. You'd be surprised at the sort of gossip I hear from my clients. I don't know what it is, but they just open up to me and tell me all kinds of personal things.
That's actually...
You
could
sure
be-
you don't want me to give you a trim?
I'm fine for now, dear. Thank you. I'd forgotten how good you are at écarté. You absolutely destroyed me the other night.
As I recall, you used to hold your own pretty well.
We should have another match soon. That way I can hone my skills.
Yes, we should. As long as you can concentrate, I'm sure you'll get as good as you used to be.
I can't believe the nerve of that narrow-minded old cow.
Who, Mrs. Delacroix? She's actually one of my nicest clients.
I don't know how you can tolerate her. If I were you, I'd strike her off my list.
If I did that for every one of my clients who thought the same as her, I'd be out of a job. That's just the way it is.
Maybe so, but it doesn't make it any less infuriating.
Yeah. Now let's ask about the Spectre.
Have you ever heard of a group called the Spectre Society?
I think I had a client once who mentioned it. There's some kind of spiritualist group, right?
So it would seem.
I don't really know anything else about them, sorry.
How are things going with you?
I'm a bit worried about some rumors I've been hearing.
Oh?
They're saying it won't be long before automated hairdressing devices are available to the public. Once that happens, it's going to be tough for me to keep getting jobs.
Automated hairdressing devices? How would those even work? Do they read your mind?
Doubtful. More than likely, they'll have some kind of settings or just give everyone the same type of hairstyle.
I wouldn't worry too much, Addie. You're the best hairdresser in town. I doubt people will place their trust in some contraption over you.
Yeah.
You underestimate my clientele, Miles. They're mostly all rich socialites whose hobbies are buying the most expensive and modern things just to outdo their peers. They'll be sending their servants to line up for days before the things are released.
Perhaps, but they'll come running back to you once the machines stop working. You'll see.
I certainly hope so.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Okay.
Enjoy your reading. I'll be back soon.
Give my regards to Constance.
Okay. I wonder if I can get any information from Upton.
Can we talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
How's work going?
Hectic as usual. Crime in the city seems to be getting worse and worse every day.
I suppose that's the price of progress.
God help us if they ever actually discover that ethericity stuff then. Things between you and Adelaide getting any better?
I'm really not sure. They haven't gotten worse, but things haven't been the same between us since Bill died.
Well, you need to figure things out, or everything is just going to explode in your face one of these days.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Upton.
I'm merely speaking from experience. If I'd seen the warning signs of Harold sooner, it would have saved me quite the headache. At least your marriage seems like it's still worth saving.
What's the other case you mentioned? The one you said was a higher priority.
Yeah.
Well, it seems we might have a mass murderer on our hands.
You don't say.
That's right. I didn't say because I shouldn't say. But so far, we've had 3 murders with a very similar MO in the past 2 months. Snelling is trying his hardest to keep it under wraps since the newspapers already caught wind of the first 2.
I don't envy the department there. I'm happy to stick with the missing persons and domestic disputes. Can we go over my current case?
Of course. What have you got?
I found this torn piece of fabric at the crime scene. It's got an emblem with some initials on it.
Yeah.
I recognize that emblem. It's from Solomon Stitching, a little tailor shop in Lyon. My ex-husband had several jackets from there.
Sorry to dredge up old memories, but do you remember where they're located?
I believe it's on the corner of Bonneville Street and Surratt Avenue.
Fantastic. You're helpful as always, Upton.
Yeah. So we now know another place.
I found this button at the crime scene. The child's nanny identified it as the eye of his stuffed bear.
Did you find the bear at the scene?
No.
No, the kidnapper must have taken it as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Either the kidnapper is very compassionate, or it's someone who knew the child.
Yeah.
I spoke with Henrietta Davis, the Harris family nanny.
A sensible place to start. What did she have to say?
She claims to have been unconscious when the kidnapping took place.
She must be an extremely heavy sleeper.
I don't believe so. The way she described it made it sound like she was drugged.
Yeah.
Interesting. Definitely worth looking into, I'd say.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Spectre Society?
I think so. They're some sort of ghost hunting club, aren't they?
A spiritualist group, yes.
Don't tell me this case has taken a turn for the supernatural.
Not exactly. It's just come up as a potential lead.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the term metempsychosis?
No, what is it?
Apparently some mystics and philosophers maintain that it's a process whereby human and animal souls are transferred to new bodies upon death.
Fascinating. Some people have such queer ideas. What's that got to do with the kidnapping, though?
I'm not exactly sure yet.
Sometimes I'm jealous of all the odd things you detectives get to look into.
That's enough about the case for now.
Okay,
That's it, I think.
then you'd better get back to it.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard of some things, including a story that involves my parents getting a free meal when I was born. The waitress that night found out her father passed away. Ah,
Good day to you, sir. Welcome to Solomon Stitching. I'm Jonah Solomon. Please let me know if I can help you with anything.
oh, we will. First, I want to look around the place just to see what we have here, but we'll save talking to him until next time. A lot in here to look at.
My grandmother had one like that. I think it was meant to be relaxing, but it always felt like my time was running out. Now that it has, well, it actually is relaxing. Go figure. The design of that coat looks awfully familiar. That coat is so dull. I always prefer the ones with a bit more color. This guy has been in business forever.
Yeah.
Isaac Samuels, the prime minister who freed the slaves. They say even his enemies wept on the day he died. I sure hope I get to meet him someday. Quite the selection, but I doubt the typical clientele of this place buys off the rack.
Yeah.
That cloth will be a garment soon. A vest, by the looks of it. Or maybe I'm completely wrong, and it's a treasure map.
Yeah.
Impressive collection of pattern books. I wish I'd known about this guy when I was alive. I'd have asked him to make me a suit for my funeral. Judging from the position and the lock, this is likely where Mr. Solomon keeps his money.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and I think with that, I'm going to walk over here, but we won't talk to Mr. Solomon yet. We'll save that for the next installment. As always, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, inviting you to subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other playthroughs I've been doing. I played through a few point-and-click adventures, including Kathy Rain, I Scream, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and Play of the Amazon Queen. I am also working my way through the Tomb Raider franchise, currently on, up to at least Chronicles. I'm currently on Tomb Raider The Last Revelation. I am working my way through the Sherlock Holmes series by Frogwares in a chronological order. I am currently working on Sherlock Holmes Nemesis, or Sherlock Holmes vs. Arsene Lupin, which is the fourth game in the franchise. Currently the fourth in the timeline at the time of this recording. I am also working my way through Aliens vs. Predator, the 2010 release. I'm working on the Marines mission. I am working my way through the Henry Stickmin collection. I'm currently on Fleeing the Complex in that one. I am working my way through The Witness, a very calm, relaxing game, and I am working my way through... I just had a mind blank there. I am working my way through the Zork series, currently working on Zork Zero, and I am working my way through Gibbous, a Cthulhu adventure, starring a nice, snarky cat. But enough of that for now. Again, I hope you've watched this to the end. And subscribe to the channel and click on the like button on the video. I'd appreciate it. But for now, take care, and next time around, we're talking to Mr. Solomon. Goodbye, all.